Behind us we've got the main area that is being worked on for the LISP. Before the work was carried out, it was very overgrown. There was shrubbery. It was used for a drug and alcohol hotspot for homeless people. So for the LISP, it's the main area. So important.
Okay. How did you find that this was one of the important areas? How did that process come about that you chose this as one of the key areas?
By linking in with the nursery as well. Obviously they're the ones that see it every day. They're the ones that come out here on their breaks and obviously witness stuff that goes on. And this was one of the main areas that they said was of interest that needed to be looked at, because purely for the fact that there was people hiding in the bushes. They've got one of their main entrances that leads to the playground area where the kids play. And obviously that was a concern to them. So for that, that was one of the main areas that was well hidden and people wouldn't easily be seen. So obviously that was where we focused our work when it first started.
Hey, my name's Teresa Kelly. I manage the support services in Oasis House, which is for people with support needs, so generally drugs, alcohol, mental health. Initially, we've always been in contact with the local PCSOs because we've had problems with street drinking, etc. And we just felt we wanted to do something that was close to the building itself and involve some of our customers. And there was a group that met, the PCSOs invited us along to the group, and we kind of listened to the problems that the local businesses were having, which we weren't aware of. I wasn't aware there was a nursery. We kind of listened to what was going on and kind of came to look at one of the areas, and this area really was particularly bad. And some of the bigger bushes where people were standing behind, which I can understand is quite intimidating. So what we did was we talked to our customers and asked them, were they aware, one, is if there's a nursery there, and then secondly, would they like to be involved in helping clear up the churchyard? And what we thought it would do is educate people not to use this for what it was being used as. So what we did, we arranged a day, and we had some volunteers from nationwide that came down, and we had a big group of us, I think it was about 15, some customers, some volunteers, and us. We came down and we cleared the roughest area, so we had to pick up a lot of pins. People had been using it as a toilet, so we had to be very careful about what we were doing. But we actually cleared quite a vast amount of the area.
100, wasn't there? 100 needles that were found in that just one location. So obviously that's of importance, and that's why, as part of the LISPing process and through the meetings and the initial stage of coming together for the intensive engagement, we decided that this is one of the main areas that we were going to focus our attention.
I think we also found that there were times when we would pop over and there were quite a few of our customers, or customers that were known to us, that were actually drinking in the graveyard, and a lot of it was they were unaware of what was here and the problems they were causing people. So we kind of got involved in that day, and what we want to do in the future, have this as an ongoing project for us, and we want to help the nursery build an area for the children, which is quite close to some of our customers' hearts. They've got children they don't have access to, so they're quite willing to come and do that stuff, and they just generally keep it tidy and educate people really. And I think I can say, since we've done that, I think the drinking...
Have you seen it's improved?
The use, definitely. It's definitely the use has gone down. There's not as many people using it. You can tell by looking at it that there's not as many people over here. A lot of our customers don't necessarily come here anymore. We've said you can come here to sit, but it's not a drinking area or somewhere to use or even frighten the children or the parents. And I think it's educated us quite a lot.
Okay, so if you just want to introduce yourself.
Yep, I'm Jodie Donnell. I own the children's nursery based in Holy Sepulchre Church Rooms.
Yep, and how did you become involved in the process?
Well, obviously yourself and Tammy spoke to us about if we could get a meeting together with local businesses and the nursery and the church and over the road at Oasis about the issues that we were having with street drinkers in the churchyard and around the area, and it really all went from there, from the first meeting. It was so positive at the first meeting that we all it started snowballing really to get things going, and you were explaining that you were trying to get the dispersal order, so we sort of tried to back you on that really and get letters and things like that.
I mean, how is it important for the nursery? How much importance is it for the nursery to be involved in this project?
Very important, because we were having issues with drinkers sitting here around the cars, casing the cars really, looking around to see if there was anything in there worth stealing. Parents were feeling really nervous about going into the car park, parking their car in there. They were parking on the road and and possibly getting tickets just so they didn't have to park in the car park in case they were approached, because when they hang around in big groups, it is quite scary for people. So
Is it mainly like the street drinking issue?
the street drinking issue was the biggest thing for us, because there were such large gangs hanging
So you've
around.
made some progress on that. What do you think are the challenges moving forward? You've kind of done stuff over the summer and making preparations for a garden so your young children get involved. What's the challenge moving
I
forward?
think the challenge really is keeping the momentum going with everybody. Not everybody just sitting back on their laurels now, oh, we got the dispersal order, we don't need to sort of worry about it, because I, for one, want to keep it going, and I know over at Oasis and Naomi and Tammy are sort of really up for keeping it tidy in here, sorting things out so that everybody can, so that everybody knows that there's a dispersal order and they're not to be hanging around drinking. A lot of people that were here through the work that Tammy and Naomi have done are realising that there is a nursery here, number one, and some of them just didn't realise. So it's been quite beneficial for everybody, really.
And how do you think it's different from times before? You've obviously been here for a long time. How it's been dealt with before and how it's been dealt with now?
The last time we had a dispersal order, nobody came to see me at the nursery. It was nothing to do with us. They did the dispersal order and it was literally just this area. It wasn't like you guys have gone for quite a big area. It was literally just this area, and once it was done, that was it. We never saw anybody again.
How about like just this main area regarding the dispersal? Obviously that's something extra that we've escalated to obviously keep the process going, allow the community work to evolve, and obviously keep this area how it is now. We've not seen any street
it's
drinkers,
brilliant.
And we're processing forward. I mean, apart from before we got the dispersal order, do you feel like the approach is different?
Yeah, definitely. You're all sort of. You two are properly geared up for getting this sorted, really. And I know that sometimes it can be hard to get back in and stuff. And because of the way that you two have got involved with it, it's got everybody else really fired up about it.
And you think it's beneficial that it's a community project as
Definitely.
well. And you guys have become involved. You've got Oasis involved. You've got the church rooms involved. The church involved. And it's the important part of this Lisbon process is to be able to get the intensive engagement from communities that have been affected with this issue.
Yeah, definitely.
And way forward with that.
But I think that's down to you two as well, really. The way that you've come and spoken to us and getting the meetings and being involved with it yourselves, even on sort of when you're not working. You've popped around when we were doing the clean-up, and a lot of that is what has got people so involved. And the benefits are they're proving themselves, because you look around in here, there's nobody sitting around drinking.
Okay, so what's so attractive about this location? Why do you all want to come and drink here?
Personally, I don't think there's nothing attractive about the location itself. I want to say, let me pause this.
Right.
I don't think there's nothing attractive about the location. It's just that on a mid-afternoon, you got nowhere to go, and I think it's nice to sit in a kind of open area. There's a bench, and it's nice to have a few beers without the police bothering you.
Yeah.
For me, it's just a little place. There's nobody walking down here. I live over the road, so
Yeah.
just sit over here.
Do you see lots of police in this direction?
Oh,
then?
There's no police come
it's
down.
my first time
Right.
sitting here, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You can sit in a park, but to be honest with you, in a park there's going to be a lot of kids around, they're going to see you drinking, it's not really a good look. But then
Right.
again, I suppose sitting in a graveyard's not a good look either, but I suppose we're kind of out of the way a little bit. We're not really disrespecting any gravestones, and so what,
Yeah.
we're just sitting down, having a few beers, keeping our level down,
Yeah.
keeping the tone of our voice
There's
down.
quite a few folk from the church. They're quite elderly and stuff. Do you think that kind of affects the way in which they use this
Well, a lot
space?
of them have walked past us, and they said hello, with a smile on their face, and we've politely said hello back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been here a couple of other times as well. Sometimes I just come over here, smoke a fag, and then just whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're friendly anyway. They're
Yeah.
church-going people, so when they walk past, they just oh, you're right. Always say hello and that. Like.
Did you know there's a children's centre, a creche nearby?
I didn't.
Yeah, I did know that. Yeah,
Right.
but it's not here though, is it? Where is it? Down there, just there. Yeah.
So they use this space.
I know someone
Yeah.
who works in there. But they use this space for what?
Well, they've got parents and kids
Yeah,
hanging
parents
around
and
here
kids.
and stuff
I
like
ain't
that.
seen no kids
I haven't
there.
seen one child.
Do you think it'd be good for the kids to be able to play out here, or even? You
No,
know,
those kids shouldn't play in the graveyard. That's not what I mean.
It's probably not the best place to take your
We
kids.
only
Have
sit
a
here because it's
on
a
the
bench.
corner.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bench here.
It's out of the way.
if there wasn't a
in town.
bench here, do you think you'd sit here?
No.
No?
I don't think.
No,
Somewhere else
I
nicer.
have to bring a deck chair, wouldn't I?